What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. I have a question for FBA. Okay? All right, it's a real question. Now, Tariq Nasheed, who's the founder of FBA, who's the trademark holder of FBA, who's the person who creates the rules for who can be FBA or not. All right? That guy. All right? Now, he just had an event at the Hidden History Museum, all right, where it was all white folk. All right, it was all white folk and Latino folk, and there was some Asian folk. There was a few black folks in there. I've seen a few. Now, this happened in the Hidden History Museum, right? The museum that all these FBA paid Tariq Nasheed to build, right? Now, the museum is not what he said he was going to build. It was actually a donut shop. It ended up being a donut shop in a small event space, not the massive 2-story world-class center he said he was going to build, right? Because the white man told him he couldn't do it, right? That was the reason, right? Now here's the thing. I understand that Tariq Nasheed needs to make money. All right, therefore he's renting his space out to people, right? Now, I wouldn't have a problem with this having his Mayo pop-up shop at at the Black Hidden History Museum, right? But the problem is FBA just got all upset because some Africans were participating in the Essence Festival. Some African Essence music, or maybe some African food ended up, at the Essence Festival. And I mean, online, everybody was just flipping out. Like, they were making such a big deal. Oh my God, those Africans, they're in our spaces, in our places, making a big thing about nothing. But, to their point, the Essence Festival is an African-American event. It should stay African-American, even if it incorporates other groups like African and Caribbean. I'm all for supporting that, right? I feel like each African culture in the diaspora should be a bridge to allow others to connect, because these cultures were developed out of struggle, right? The struggle, we all have a common enemy here, right? But for all those people that was upset with the Essence Festival and who's about to be upset about the next Essence Festival, they already gotten started having all these, for the people who say they don't want black folks, they don't want other African people in their spaces, they don't want African people, participating in African American politics. They don't want Africans and Caribbeans doing anything with African Americans, right? Well, sorry, FBA, because remember, I'm an African American. All right, I'm black. I don't call myself Black American in the real world. I say I'm black or I'm African American. Nobody says Black American unless you're trying to be specific towards somebody from the outside who's trying to figure out what kind of American you are, as if they can't see you and know that you're a Black American, which means African American, because Black and African are interchangeable words you can use. FBA and African American are not interchangeable. FBA and Black American are not interchangeable. FBA and Black are not interchangeable, because FBA is a lineage-based group. Lineage-based group that has a delineation movement from within it. That's what they are. They are not the lineage. The ethnic group is called African Americans. Now, for all these FBA that were so upset that people that look like you participated in an event for you, and you couldn't really tell, so you're trying to figure out who's a tether or not, you got to ask them, because you can't discriminate off the eye test, right? So you got to hey, can you fill us out so I know whether to disrespect you or not? Because we look too much alike. We're too similar. I can't tell, right? So while all that's going on, it's okay that, you say he's not your leader, but the guy who inspired you to call yourself FBA, the guy who created your most proud accomplishment, the Hidden History Museum, right? Your base command, right? That FBA financed fine institution. The guy who owns that is currently making a profit off of it, right? He had a whole bunch of white women up in there. Pop-up shop. They were doing little white tattoos and shit. They were doing makeovers and petties and manis and petties and, nails and all kind of other stuff white folks like to do in pop-up shops. You guys not mad about that? Now, since Tariq is not your leader, and FBA is just a lineage, right? That means anybody who calls himself FBA should freely be able to criticize Tariq Nasheed for allowing all these white folks to enjoy the Hidden History Museum that's supposed to be just for us. There's got to be some code he's violating here. right? And if we're talking about if FBA represents all African Americans, what they don't, by the way, but if they did, I mean, what code is he violating? Because not only did he have the event, right, maybe to make some money, because he has to pay the rent on that establishment, right? He posted it. He could have just had the event, right? Nobody would have known about it. I mean, nobody would have known that, but he flexed on it. What does it say when the, not leader, but the inspiration of FBA, the guy who has the trademark, what does it say when the guy who says he's fighting white supremacy, the guy who takes care of his white mother-in-law, his half-white non-FBA wife, who created non-FBA children, by the way, who vacations in Africa while telling you not to vacation in Africa, who talks about white supremacy while always seeming to have white people around him, right, who's telling you to vote for the couch, not pay attention to the Republicans who want to disenfranchise you totally and completely and enslave you if they possibly could, right? But to concentrate on the Democrats who are weak for various other different reasons. This guy is having events with all kinds of white. How many people do you think was at that event that voted for Trump? How many people you think was at that event that didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she was black? It was a lot of white women in there. A lot. And he was flexing on them. Keep in mind, Tariq Nasheed just said he will raise the flag of Europe in the bedroom. Keep that in mind. Tariq Nasheed, the same guy who was a passport bro before passport bro, when he used to go to Brazil and tell black people to go to Brazil and get with those white Brazilian women. Specifically, I remember those videos. A lot of them been scrubbed, but I remember those videos where Tariq Nasheed would go to Brazil and talk about the white women in Brazil and tell you not to deal with any African American women. Back when he was quasi passport bro, red pill, when he was on that grift, right? So now this guy is throwing events and showing off that he's throwing events with a bunch of white women. He's empowering white people in their pop-up shops so they can have their own personal individual businesses, the white entrepreneurs. He's empowering them and giving them a safe place to do their business and spread their message. Where's the black pop-up shop? Where's the black events with the black businesses up in there? How come he's not showing that off? Where are the people who call themselves FBA that consider themselves leaders? Why are they not speaking out about this? Why are they not criticizing Tariq for not being on code? Why are they not criticizing Tariq for raising the flagpole of Europe for e-commerce for white folks instead of black folks and then showing off like it's okay? Why is he playing in y'all face? That's a fair question. Anybody who called themselves FBA. So I'll be waiting. Let's see if Ant CEO, Ant CEO seems like the type of person who can tackle this topic, even though I think he was just in the movie, so he might not want to mess up the money. Right? But he should be able to tackle this topic. What about Phil Scott? He's going to tackle this topic? Is O'Shea Duke Jackson, one of Tariq Nasheed's biggest fans, is he going to tackle the topic of all them white folk up in there? Right? He giving all those white people entrepreneurial opportunity in the Hidden History Museum that's supposed to be for black African Americans? Is any of these YouTubers who call themselves FBA going to jump on this? What about the FBA network? The FBA network going to talk about it? Huh? The faceless FBA channel? Is any FBA content creator going to tackle the fact that the inspiration for FBA, Tariq Nasheed, just completely and totally embarrassed FBA and was stunting while doing it? Because it seems like he thinks that you guys are stupid. Y'all getting played, right? This is a moment where you guys are getting played, and I'm just waiting for one person who says who views Tariq Nasheed as not the leader to be a leader and stand up and tell him how wrong he is as FBA. I'm waiting for one FBA who say that Tariq Nasheed is not the leader to stand up to FBA to tell him that was off code. Because had any Pan-African, have Umar Johnson, we know he's a snow bunny is never, right? Bullshit. We know he got a thing for white women. If Umar Johnson ever got caught with a white woman, you wouldn't hear the end of it. If Umar Johnson opened up his school and enrolled some white children, you wouldn't hear the end of it. If a Pan-African did anything that empowered a large majority of white folk, right, and didn't empower any black folk, you would not hear the end of it. But this guy is legitimately playing in your face. He is most definitely one of the most successful pimps in American history. He may not be pimping girls on the street. He's pimping full-grown men. He pimps men and gets paid. Because it's mostly men. I mean, there's some females, but they just following the men, right? He's pimping grown men and females. Give me your money, bitch. Give it. And y'all just giving it. Like, dude, and it's legal, too. It's legal. Like, Gotta get a man props, man. Why should he stop? Why should Tariq Nasheed stop when he making so much money? It's so easy to manipulate these people. Like with my gifted gab, man, I'm in the wrong business. I should be talking shit, man. I can make my own little cult. You know what I'm saying? A little cult personality and get that money rolling in. I'm doing this righteousness don't pay. Righteousness don't pay at all, man. I need to be like Tariq. Like for real. Dude be like, yeah, white supremacy. I waved the flag, the European flag in the bedroom. He really playing with y'all. He don't believe none of that shit he talking. All he doing is an old man talking shit online. He not involved in none of this FBA against. He ain't involved in nothing that ain't happening outside of his damn TikTok and his YouTube. Dude get online, have a good ass time, make a few coins, talking shit online, right? And then make some more redundant money by crowdfunding his projects and then make y'all fools pay again. I mean, good gracious. If not one FBA social media commentator tackles this and at least shows halfway criticism about Tariq Nasheed for doing this shit, then it just solidifies what you guys really are, man. A cult. Because if nobody can challenge this shit, you can say, you know what, Tariq, my man, you know, but this right here is not a good look. If you can't even get one of you FBA to say, hey, this is not a good look, at least, if you can't get that, then y'all most definitely is a cult. All right, anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Oh, yeah, if y'all want to see it, go to the Amazing Lucas channel, because I couldn't find the exact clip, but Amazing Lucas was laughing about it. All right, he got it on. He just uploaded it. It's insane. This. Come on, guys. Come on. Get it together. At some point, you got to realize, hey, man, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. You know? Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.